Bitcoin doing exactly what we said in yesterday's video. And I want to discuss in this video why right now in the short term for me, as I watch BTC, we're waiting still as the move plays out for this bullish versus bearish confirmation. So this is going to be a pretty short to the point Bitcoin technical analysis video. So let's just jump right into this. I just want to point out in the monthly, and we're going to actually look at a monthly indicator that is getting ready to trigger. It looks so nice. There's no question in my mind on the macro. Bitcoin is just looking extremely bullish. You can just even see the Bitcoin halving coming up right over here, this white line. Now, the first thing just to point out on the weekly before we dive into this very short-term move that's happening right now, the first thing I want to point out as we continue to track this, 3 days, 10 hours left of this weekly candle. Where does it close? That is something that I am tracking very closely. I don't think we're going to fall back below these moving averages. We have that 200 in red, the 20 in green, but that's going to be a big deal just closing above, especially with this pop of separation above, especially if Bitcoin can kind of close above this $28,700 area. Still 3 days, 10 hours, and a lot will have to do with what happens on this chart. For context, check this out. This was from a clip from yesterday. It's looked at. But if Bitcoin sees resistance here, are we going to start seeing consolidation into kind of this new setup of a potentially an ascending triangle for Bitcoin? So this is where we are. We're in very simple consolidation. I believe in that same video, I kind of was just throwing out my thoughts that Bitcoin has been bullish. It's been nice. Every time throughout the years where we do technical analysis videos that we get these moves, every time we get these moves, it's good, right? It feels good. It looks good. Crypto Twitter's fun. It's all positive. But I mentioned in the video, I believe it was yesterday's video, that these moves, they just happen all the time on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has not even broken this previous high back here. I think that's when we should start really kind of maybe raising our eyebrows a little bit more, because right now Bitcoin could be putting in a kind of a more of a midterm double top and getting ready to actually fall to the downside. There's cases for that. Even if we go and we just take a glance at this this daily chart back here, this monthly chart over here, we have this 20-month moving average, Bitcoin contending exactly with this resistance area on the macro as well. So it might not be Bitcoin's time to truly shine to the upside just yet. And I think we start getting confirmations on the shorter term right now, or at least in the coming days, if this consolidation continues. So let's talk about the consolidation. If you've been tracking Bitcoin, you've seen kind of this falling channel that Bitcoin was in. We've been tracking it. Bitcoin basically, and this is kind of what we tracked in yesterday's video, was the target to the upside. We were tracking this target to the upside. I think it was around 30,700. Just this confluent area of resistance up here, confluent with this previous swing high. So in that video yesterday, we were mentioning if there's resistance there, what will Bitcoin do? Will it break through? First off, that didn't happen. Will it see the resistance and start just consolidating within this area? So this is the first area I'm watching for. This upper trend line of this rising wedge, that upper trend line goes all the way back here to around $29,000 right now. So Bitcoin can kind of fall and continue consolidating. Maybe it's just a red day for Bitcoin, closes down here, and maybe it starts popping back up. Will there be consolidation here? Or will this really nice move that we've had over the last few days just continue in the very short term when we break to the upside? So 2 questions. Support around 29,000, the resistance around right around 30,900, which is going to break first? Because if support fails, Bitcoin will be falling back into the rising wedge apex, right here. And then we'd have to start talking about the support needing to just kind of stay for Bitcoin, right? This lower trend line of that rising wedge right around 27,200. Remember, this is a breakout, but there's not a ton of separation from this upper trend line. So there's always the case for throwbacks to the trend line or to the apex. So we might be having to track support in the coming days here. But once again, I kind of digressed to yesterday's video, which is to say, if we do hold support and if Bitcoin on the short term doesn't break to the upside, do we kind of have this, you can just see this speculative at this point, ascending triangle in play with a target of around $33,000 to the upside. And that's kind of what I'm watching right now. I'm trying to maintain some patience because this is a daily chart and it might take weeks of consolidation for Bitcoin to maybe get towards the apex of this speculative ascending triangle. But whether or not we get it is one thing. Truly, the only other thing that I'm watching right now is if Bitcoin makes a move to the upside, do we break this area of resistance around 30,900? Remember, it's a swing high from back here in April, or does support hold down here around 28,900? Now, I want to point out on the monthly chart, we have this indicator. A buddy of mine just brought it up to me yesterday. I didn't even really notice it, but MACD. We have a MACD. I mean, look at this. Look at this histogram. This histogram was the lowest it's been, and it has made a huge move to the upside. And we have this MACD line in blue getting ready to cross above that signal line. This could be an insane macro move if this triggers and that MACD crosses above that signal line. You're going to see probably a lot of videos and a lot of tweets about that if it happens. You can go over here to the really zoomed out Bitcoin chart that we have up, and you can just see, just for context throughout the entirety of Bitcoin, just look at that momentum. Look how far in this bear market Bitcoin has come down with this histogram. So this turning green and a MACD crossing above, that will be a big deal, and it's something to track as we do track these shorter term moves, and we do track to see if Bitcoin can make the move up back to this kind of resistance area and break above. Next target to the upside is 33,000. It's something to keep in mind if this bull move continues. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, everybody. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe. Your support means so much to me. And also, if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.